Grocery store is showing an open payment standard to receive dollars in their cash register. I could use any Lightning wallet I want. I'm going to go with Zap, which is connected to my Lightning node running over Tor at my house. So I simply hit send, scan the QR code. For those that don't know me, my name is Jack. I'm just a normal Bitcoiner, man. I really am. And I founded this company called Strike. This is our logo. And yeah, God, you guys are too kind, man. You gotta let me announce shit. This is the company's mission. The mission is, if we can help make the Bitcoin network easily more accessible and usable, we think we're really gonna change the world. And zooming down in that last sentence, we believe if we're successful in just helping, that Bitcoin, as the monetary network of the world, will be cheaper, be faster, more innovative, and more inclusive. We think the financial system will benefit from all these properties if we could do that. Payment network, more or less, just facilitates this. Story as old as time. You got a dude who wants to buy stuff, and you got a store that wants to sell stuff. And a payment network is a network that helps facilitate that. So what's the history of payment networks? And where are we now? So, real quick, it all started off with a bunch of rich bureaucrats in New York City that didn't want to carry cash. They were going to fancy dinners in New York. They're ordering like, how much caviar am I going to order? I don't know how much I think caviar tastes like shit, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, to each their own, right? They had this problem. And there's this club called Diners Club in the 1940s. And they didn't know how much caviar they were going to order every night. That's a huge inconvenience, how much cash I got to carry around. They figured there'd be a better way to go about this, to solve this problem. Super simple, guys. This is a really simple problem. Someone wants to pay for something. And so the founder of this Diners Club, this bro named Frank the Caviar Tank, he's like, hey, what if we issued a card? The very first card in the very first payment network is called the Diners Club. 1949, so boom, we got our history of payment networks. 1949, we got our little timeline. We're gonna blitz through this shit. Soon after that, they realized, man, what a convenience to the consumer. And Bank of America announced the Bank AmeriCard. It was going to make this a mass market product, not just a plutocrat, caviar, buffet product in New York City. And they launched the Bank AmeriCard in 1958. Boom, bang, history of payment networks. We're innovating, 1958. After that, American Express just copied the whole thing later on in 1958, except they just charged a little bit more to be premium, right? That's the American Express. And they launched in 1958 as well, so we move on. Then a little later, 1966, there's a bank in Buffalo, New York. And they applied to issue AmeriCards. They're like, man, this shit is cool. People aren't carrying cash. Consumers want to use this card thing. Hey, Bank of America, can I issue this card? And they were like, no chance. This is a closed network, Poppy. No way. And the small banks were like, fuck you. Like, who are you to tell me I can't? What? I didn't know that's how this worked. I didn't know that there was someone that got to decide who's involved and who's not. And so they launched the interbank card. At the time, you recognize these logos, they called it MasterCharge. We're in 1966. A little later, Bank of America is like, shit, all these other banks are creating competing networks with us, and we're not really innovating, we're not really getting any bigger. And so they gave up control of their payments network and recruited the other top big banks to collude and remain on top, which later became Visa. And so boom, we go to MasterCard. And then the last piece of this is in 1981, the Diners Club got acquired by a little known group called Citi. And that card is now known as Discover. The buck stops there. I mean, when you go out tonight, you're using one of these payment networks. That's ridiculous. There's been no innovation. There's been no competition. Right? In fact, this doesn't even count. I take these off. You can't just change your name. The fuck? So, reality, payment networks have not innovated in over 50 years. That's insane. That is insane. You're telling me this problem of I want to pay for something has not innovated since 1949, since the caviar buffet. That's ridiculous. Like what? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Right? Okay. So let's walk through it. What's actually happening? Because there's a lot of magic behind the scenes. We're going to break it down real quick. So there's a consumer, there's a merchant. There's a $100 transaction. I go to Walmart. I want to buy something for $100, let's say. So I got my card. They got their point of sale. But there's actually a lot more parties involved when I swipe at the register. There's actually 5 parties involved. There's the 2 actually participating, and then there are 3 intermediaries. First, there's my bank that issued me the card. Next, there's the bank that banks the merchant. And then lastly, there's the card network. The point of sale system hits up the merchant's bank and passes that card information. The merchant's bank takes the card info and pulls out a cheat sheet. And they're like, okay, hold on, let me think for a second. American Express is a 3, starts with a 3. Visa starts with a 4. MasterCard starts with a 5. Discover starts with a 6. Okay, let me pick up the phone. They call the card network. There you go, card network. Take this info. And then these boomers in their fucking cheat sheets, man. Then these boomers pick up their cheat sheet. And they're like, okay, hold on. With this card info, did this card come from Chase, Bank of America, Citi, Wells? Who issued this? And they find the bank. They call them. A 3-party call. And the card processor goes, yo, we good? Does Jack have $100? And then my bank goes, yo, yeah, we're good. We're good. And then the card network goes, yo, to the merchant bank. We good, baby. And the merchant bank goes, yo, we good. You guys know that Budweiser commercial? Waza. Like, Merchant bank then calls the point of sale back and they're like, it's all good, man. Us boomers, we checked Jack's account. He's got it. He's got it. They say, cool. Boom. Then they give me a receipt. And because I spent over 25 boomer bucks, I have to sign it like the fucking Declaration of Independence. But then we're not done. None of the money moved. They just wazza at each other for a second. And the wazzas are fast, right? You've been at Chipotle. It's fast. So the card network goes, we got to move the money. Like, yo, you guys still here? You still on the phone? We got to actually sell the money. That's my job at the end of the day. It's what I get paid for. And they issue the statement for the $100. Then my bank, this is how it works, I swear to God. My bank goes, yo, I'm just going to keep some of this shit, man. Jack's already walking out of Walmart. Nothing they can do about it. I'm just going to take a couple bucks. So out of the $100 statement, I'll take 2, I'll give you 98. And the card network's like, Jesus, man, the brain on you. I'll do that too. 97.75. And then the merchant bank's like, I'm in, right? Let's go. More caviar for me. And then we end up with 97. And so on a $100 transaction, I spent $100. The merchant gets $97. And the 1949 payment networks take 3%, right? That's how it works. That's how it works. Because we have seen a lot of consumer innovation, right? Like I just mentioned. I look up to Jack Dorsey, all he's built. The Cash App, fucking awesome. Robinhood is fucking awesome. Like these things are great. Chime is awesome. Even Hardway gets into Apple Pay. I mean, for the consumer, you get new P2P innovation, mobile banking, trading. There's a lot of tech innovation in finance with access to the phone. But when it comes to this, 1949 caviar, my Cash App gives me a Visa card. Robinhood gives me a MasterCard. Apple Card, Apple, MasterCard. Even Apple Pay doesn't help. Apple Pay innovated in not letting me swipe the card. I just tap my phone. But then the payment network and the banks are gonna still wazah each other. Apple doesn't have a relationship with the merchant. I woke up on Twitter, there's fucking pictures you guys zooming in, there's my boogers all over the internet. Apple doesn't do it. Apple doesn't do it. They just remove the need to carry the card. So exercise. Let's build the superior payments network from scratch. It's fun. Kid can dream. Kid from Chicago could dream. So what would the network benefits be? I'd say first and foremost, it'd be the first and largest network, right? There's 5,000 US banks in America, roundabout. That's a lot, but like not really. I remember when I had 5,000 customers, that was cute. So I want it to be bigger. I want the biggest and largest network. I'd want it to be openly accessible globally. Anyone can join in. Join the party. If you're from Buffalo, New York, and you call, I'm not going to tell you fuck off. No way, man. Come on. Join. Then the real functionality, I would want it to be able to send and receive so I can do payments. And then lastly, the truly innovative part and disruptive part was I would want it to offer cash finality. What I mean by that is the message is the settlement. We don't got to wazah and then deal with debt and collection and final settlement later. That's what I would want. I don't know, man, could dream. Chicago kid could dream. Then as added properties to this base functionality, I would want it to instantly settle, and I would want it to be as close to free as humanly possible. That'd be tight. That'd be tight. So what am I talking about here? I'm talking about Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin carries all these properties. I'm talking about Lightning. Lightning carries all these properties. And then lastly, instead of like the Boomer card, like I have to carry on a card, man. Give it a QR code. It's all digital. I'm dreaming, right? And so then, if we were able to do this, we would offer superior payments. Like, this is just a fact. Nowhere, I'm not drawing like lines on a chart and projecting the price of Bitcoin. No. Don't miss me with that shit for a second. This is a true statement, whether Bitcoin's at $10 or $10,000 or $100,000. This is just a fact. It is a superior payment standard. It is a superior payments network than 1949 caviar buffets. It just is. I don't know what to tell you. I'd scan this QR code to make the $100 transaction. Fuck the Boomer card shit. I'd be debited $100. Now, if there was software that exists, like ours do, unbeknownst to the user, it'd take my $100. So I'm not touching Bitcoin. Save me with the like Bitcoin's volatile, Bitcoin's this, like Elizabeth Warren. Just let me finish this presentation for a second. There's no capital gains tax triggered. There's no volatility. It's all good. Chill. Deep breath, Elizabeth Warren. And it turns it into Bitcoin. It takes the dollars and turns it into the magic internet money thing. And then it hops on to the superior premier. We just went over it. Fact. Data to data, line by line. The better one. And the magic internet money, pew, at the speed of light, value is moving towards the merchant. And then right before it gets to the merchant, hit the brakes. Just as it arrives, it goes back into dollars. Okay. So $100 spent, $100 received. There's no wazah. There's no 2 to 15 days of settlement. There's no 3%. Bang, bang. And it doesn't have to be dollars. So now on the left, I change it to euros. I mean, it's open, right? It's open globally. Who cares? You want euros? Do euros. You don't want fiat? Keep Bitcoin, right? It's up to you. That's what it's all about. It's all that matters. That's the real magic. This thing is not issued by a government. It's not a company. Bank of America didn't found it and rebrand it. No, there's no consortium of banks running this thing. It's open, it lives in the clouds. It feels like it's beaming. Look at these lights above me. It feels like it's just beaming down on my face. It's a beautiful, independent thing. And it offers, it's open. Anyone can join it. It's global. It's uncensorable. It's unfreezable. It's bearer, and it's cash final. It's cash final. And because of that, since 1949, we could, in theory, if we used it, make payments. Hasn't been innovated in 55 years. Cheaper, faster, more innovative, and more inclusive. So first and foremost, Strike's officially partnered with Shopify. Yeah. So it's live. Go check it out. And I mean, guys, I'm a kid, man. I love this shit. The world's gonna regret giving me this much attention, man. And so I dream, I look up to this brand, Warren Lotus. It's one of the best streetwear fashion brands in the world. Like all my favorite athletes and my favorite rappers, they all wear it. Super popular. And I call them, I'm like, yo, guys, there's a cheaper, faster, more innovative, more inclusive way to accept payments. I'm not pulling your chain, bro. I swear to God. You use Shopify, right? He goes, yeah, I use Shopify. I mean, and I know that you use the Whitesand rails from 1949, but let me plug you into this. Let me plug you into this. And so, this is a demo. Watch this. All right. Boom. Okay. Yes. Hey, the next video is very, very important. The next video is very, very important. Transaction, I'll publish this. You can play it back. It's $115.94. Okay. So Warren was the merchant, and Cash App was on the consumer side. This is shit that has never been possible. First innovation since 1949. Okay? So boom, we initiate the payment. What happened? The Cash App user spent just over 250,000 sats. The Bitcoin hopped on to the superior payment network, the one that's better than the boomer Americard network. There's only 2 parties involved in this transaction. There were not 3 other intermediaries, only 2. The Bitcoin moved at the speed of light, and then just before it got there, converted to dollars, and Warren got $115.94, and he was mind blown. He was like, yo, it didn't work. I didn't get any Bitcoin. I'm like, no, dude, I know. He's like, how am I gonna report this on my audit financials? We're a big company. We sell millions of dollars to close every single launch. That was insane. It just got there right away, right? And I could have used Strike on this side if I wanted to. And so I don't like spending my Bitcoin. I could have spent the dollars and it could have auto-converted. Even cooler, a user in Australia could have used the wallet of Satoshi and used Aussie dollars, right? And if Warren, the thing that's cool about Warren, whatever happens on the left, Warren gets $115. Any online merchant that uses Shopify can accept payments without the 1949 Boomer Network, receive it instantly, cash final, No intermediary, no 3% fee, no, hey, I'm just gonna hold on to that shit. But what about this? 80% of payments are still done in person. No matter how innovative Cash App is, no matter how awesome Venmo is, no matter how cool Robinhood is, they all integrate the Lightning Network. It doesn't matter. Because when I walk into a grocery store, they don't understand it. They only understand the Diners Club caviar party. So that's why Stripe's also partnered with Blackhawk. Blackhawk is one of the largest payment providers in the world for alternative payments. They have 400,000 storefronts and 37,000 partners. They're the ones that are behind shit like this. Have you ever checked yourself out at a CVS? You ever used one of these? And then my haymaker, we've also partnered with the largest point-of-sale provider in the entire planet, NCR. You guys ever shopped at any of these? Any of these? Yeah. McDonald's, Walmart, Macy's, Best Buy. I mean, no, this is not in another country. This is not a test pilot somewhere. No, this is in the United States of America. You're going to be able to walk in to a grocery store, to Whole Foods, to Chipotle. You want to use a Lightning node over Tor? You do that. You want to use the Cash App? You do that. If Chipotle wants Bitcoin, I'll give them Bitcoin. I'll settle in Bitcoin. Chipotle wants to just replicate the boomer payment networks from 1949, just better and get instant dollars. I'll give them dollars. It doesn't matter. It's a new, innovative, superior payments rail that is finally embedded and distributed into our lives. Hello.
Hey.
Can I check out each of these separately?
Sure.
I'll do the Coke first. Let's buy some Coke over Tor, ladies and gentlemen. Boom. Open payment standard. This grocery store is showing an open payment standard to receive dollars in their cash register. I could use any Lightning wallet I want. I'm going to go with Zap, which is connected to my Lightning node running over Tor at my house. So I simply hit send, scan the QR code, confirm by entering my PIN, and Bitcoin is leaving my node over Tor as dollars enter her cash register. Boom. I'll go with Peanuts next. Shout out Peanuts, if you know, you know. And I would go with the one and only Cash App. 70 million Americans can do this. I'm simply going to scan the QR code again, enter my PIN, and confirm the Lightning payment. Money is leaving Cash App over an open payment standard and entering dollars in her cash register. Can I use pay with QR code for that Bud Light? Thank you. We've also integrated, for point-of-sale systems that are not interoperable, an ability to pay with a QR code. So I'm going to present my QR code. Awesome, thank you. I have it programmed to open my Moon wallet. I'm going to confirm my PIN. I have the payment pulled up right here. I'm going to send. Should be good?
Yeah.
Good to go?
Yes, we're good to go.